Good health to you, fellow Ukrainians. We had a day that can be called preparatory. Preparatory for international events that will take place tomorrow and the day after. These days, as always, Ukraine's position must be heard. Hence, we are preparing our position so that it is guaranteed to be heard. We are also preparing for a longer-term perspective. Defense issues, economic issues, both with an eye to the spring of this year. We have to ensure that this spring it is truly felt that Ukraine is moving towards victory. This applies to the training of our defense forces, the supply of weapons for our country, and our strategic initiative in the war. Any attempts by Russia to retake the initiative must be thwarted. And I am confident that we will do so. The enemy is always losing so many of its people, so many of its forces, that it will soon be difficult to find, for example, a marine throughout Russia. And our task is to make sure that there is less and less desire there to keep Ukrainian territories under occupation. The liberation of our land is the goal we are working on every day. I held an economic meeting, also to prepare for spring. We discussed many issues. All of them relate to the economic recovery of Ukraine, creating economic opportunities for our people and industries. The agricultural sector. There is a very acute issue of humanitarian land demining. An interagency working group has been set up at the Cabinet of Ministers level to ensure that this activity is intensified. The clearing of soil from mines and unexploded ordnance. The government is preparing new significant steps to deregulate the Ukrainian economy. Business will benefit from simplification in dozens of areas, including the abolition of various bureaucratic permits and licenses. Steps are also being prepared to create jobs. Every job in our country now is a contribution to our resilience. And it is a way to bring our people back to Ukraine. The relevant details will be presented at the government level. Of course, we also had a very meaningful conversation today about European integration. We are doing everything to prepare the start of negotiations on EU membership. In particular, this was discussed during the visit of Prime Minister of Sweden. It is Sweden that currently holds the EU presidency, and we have both the necessary leadership and the necessary will to start membership negotiations this year. Ukraine feels the support of its partners in this, and I'm grateful for it. We also spoke in great detail with Mr. Prime Minister of Sweden about further defense assistance, about weapons for us, for Ukraine. Our defenders are very much looking forward to the Swedish Archers, one of the most powerful artillery systems in the world, and Archers will definitely help our warriors. On February the 15th, I spoke with President of Azerbaijan. I thanked him for the sincere desire for peace for Ukraine, for the humanitarian support for our country, and for his wise view on the protection of international law. We agreed to cooperate in global institutions. And as it has become a tradition every evening, I want to thank our warriors, to each and every one of them, who with their resilience and bravery on the front line enable us to prepare our next defense steps. The 54th Separate Mechanized Brigade, named after Hetman Ivan Mazepa. The 10th Separate Assault Brigade, Edelweiss. Thank you guys for the effective defense of the Donetsk region. The 25th Separate Airborne Siecheslav Brigade, the 81st Separate Air Mobile Brigade, and the 95th Air Assault Brigade. Thank you guys for defending the Luhansk region. Every day of your defense now allows us to prepare the future liberation of our cities and communities. We cannot leave a single chance to all the occupiers. And we will not. I thank everyone who helps our country. Glory to each and everyone who is in combat. Glory to Ukraine.